Here we are with Jack Wilshere and Jermaine Defoe. Although if you're watching on YouTube, it does look like me and Benny have taken our kids to the park for a kickabout.
Why?
Jack, I'm just talking about the size differences.
Please. No.
Same height.
I'm only playing. Let me start with you, Jack. Good to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Are you looking forward to playing with a whole host of stars alongside you?
I am, yeah.
Who are you looking
playing?
I don't think that was the question.
Yeah, but I'm asking
I don't know.
you.
I'm waiting to find out.
Are you playing?
It's not about me.
No, I didn't ask you.
It's about.
What about Ben? Are you playing?
He said we had an op.
So I can't play.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
get me out the conversation.
How fit are you both, Jermaine? How fit
Yeah, I'm
you
good.
Look at him.
Yeah, train most days. Like nothing changed. Cool, not too bad. Ready
Ready to go?
to go. In my
We
mind.
have to talk to you both about West Ham.
Yeah.
We'll start with you, Jack. Of course, one of your former clubs. Where did you watch the game?
At home.
Okay. What did you make of it? I mean, what a great way to win a final, right?
Yeah, so it was a typical West Ham performance, right? They sat back, soaked up the pressure, and you always fancy them when they're struggling. You always fancy them because they got Antonio up top, and they got Bowen's pace on the wing, and they got Paqueta and Deck in the middle. I thought were top, by the way, on the night. And yeah, I think they deserved it in the end.
Jay, I want to ask you. To be fair, a lot of pressure was on Moyes this season.
A lot of pressure.
What about the job that he's done? He's won the European Cup. He's obviously secured their Premier League survival.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you make of the job?
Even last season in Europe, to be fair, to get to Europe and actually compete, he's definitely done that. And I did an interview about him recently because obviously he played under him at Sunderland. His attention to detail and what he puts into it, like I don't know what you've heard on that, but like he's like he loves it. You know, he's obsessed. I'm just happy for him, to be fair, because he has obviously come under a lot of pressure. You know, everyone's saying a lot. You know, is he going to stay and all that sort of stuff? But I think boys lifting the trophy last night was big. Not only for him, but the football club. It's been a long time. You know, obviously I play for West Ham. You know, the fans, amazing fan base. For Deck, you know, to lift the trophy. Looks like he's going to go now. Yeah, just an amazing night. I was delighted to watch it.
Jermaine just said it looks like he's going to go, Declan Rice. Do you think he will stay at the club for maybe one more year because they're now in the Europa League? And also, same question about David Moyes. What about his future?
Yeah, I think like Jermaine said, I was there when he came back the second time, and his attention to detail, and he loves it. He lives and breathes it, and when they lose, it hurts him. So I mean, they've lost a lot this year in the league, but what they've done in Europe is sensational, and I think that suits him. Them type of game against teams who have the ball a lot. You know, he's a defensive coach who sets them up right, and then he's got the players to hit him on a counter attack. Then with Deck, I listened to his interview after the game, and he just said it's all speculation. So I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed. Deep down, I think he might leave, but I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed.
He's still young, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's still young.
He's 23, man.
He's 23.
Should he not be playing in the European Champions League? Should he not be playing for one of the top clubs?
Well, like Arsenal.
Jack, there you go.
But
Maybe, maybe.
Maybe.
No, but I'm saying should he not be
If
playing?
you was him, where would you go?
Well, I'll go to United.
You go
Why
to
would you go
United.
there? Yeah.
So you definitely leave this summer.
Yeah, I think he has to, right?
I think it's one of those ones. He could maybe he's thinking, you know what, like I've done it here and I've won the trophy. Like it's a good time to go, or you know, one more year, and then you just don't know. To be honest, you just don't know.
The thing is, one of his big role models is Mark Noble. Obviously, he stayed there. He's Mr. West Ham, so that might be on his head as well.
I think you'd have to weigh it all up. To be honest, you have to weigh it all up on that. It depends the opportunity. That sometimes if not big opportunity comes, it's hard to
turn it down.
Yeah, it depends. You have to weigh it all up on that. But I think last night was just. I mean, it's been a long time coming, isn't it?
So let me ask you both, because he's phenomenal. What's his ceiling? Because we've seen.
I think he could. Do you know what, Benny? So let's cut you now, but I actually think he can play further forward.
Yeah.
Get more in the right team. Yeah, I think he can play further forward, score more goals, and that. But like I remember years ago, we did an interview and he spoke about Yaya. So about Yaya and that. Yeah, he loves him and stuff like that. And even last night, there's times where you get the ball and they just like drive through the middle of the pitch and like just get his team out of the pitch. He's an unbelievable athlete. He can do everything.
Yeah, he's got that ability to. You know what I think I said to you when I first come on the show. He's one of the best finishers I've ever seen, left foot, right foot. So he definitely does have that. Yeah, he can finish with both feet.
It shocked you that?
Yeah, because obviously he don't really get into positions to do it. Do you know what I mean? So we don't really see it in that. Like in terms of handling the ball, yeah, he's top at that and that. But I mean, like, if he played further forward, then I do believe that he would score a lot more goals.
Let me ask you about your former club, Jack, Arsenal. Fell off a cliff at the end of the season, right?
Every day I have to deal with this. Every day. When
you're leading the Premier League for so long and then you end up with nothing, and the team that finishes below you has a better season.
Who's that?
Well, Manchester United trophy, Champions League football.
Honestly, every day.
You think you had a better season?
Oh, do you?
Yeah, it depends. What you're looking at. You're looking at you building for next season, or are you happy with the Carling Cup? It's up to you. Carabao Cup.
Okay, let me ask you seriously then. How would you assess Arsenal's season? Because the start they got off to at the beginning of last season, I think it was 3 games and no wins. to finish the season in top 4 and second place, just behind the mighty Man City. It pains me to say it. That is.
Yeah, I think it's like it's bigger than that, because what Mikel and his staff have done around the club, and I know you're right. I was like every other Arsenal fan. I was thinking, we're going to do this, and then when we got to a point, I think, no, it's ours to lose now, and then we lost it. So yeah, it's disappointing, but it's bigger than that, because what they're doing around the club, the things they're putting in place, and hopefully over the next few years we can create more of a challenge and challenge City. And because City, I've said it before, like they've got 2 teams, and we had a couple of injuries, and I think we paid the price a little bit for that. But we finished above United, so it don't matter.
Jay, let me ask, I've got to ask you about one of your former club, Spurs.
Yeah.
Like, obviously now Postecoglou's the new manager.
Yeah.
What's the expectation for next season and Harry Kane? What happens with the Harry Kane tonight? It almost feels like every question about Tottenham is Kane. But what happens next in this Tottenham saga?
Yeah, I don't know, mate. It's again, we obviously spoke about Deck. Again, with Harry, what's your motivation? He's a club legend, England legend. And he said it before. He wants to win trophies at Tottenham. So it's a funny one. Obviously, of course, it's been a disappointing season. But at the same time, I think when you look at, I've said it before, you look at the training ground, all the infrastructure, the training ground, the stadium, everything's there. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those ones. If I was still playing now, I've never played for Tottenham. If I had a chance to go to Tottenham, everything's there. Do you know what I mean? So. Hopefully, Angie does, amazing next season. Good luck to him.
Let me ask you then, as a prolific goal scorer yourself,
yeah.
Okay, because he's been linked now to Real Madrid, Harry Kane, to replace Benzema. How important would it be to get that Alan Shearer record if you were in Harry Kane's position? Would you question whether or not you should leave the country or stay in it to beat it?
Again, it depends what.
If it was you,
yeah, why not stay here? Why not just commit your future to Tottenham? If you love the club, then it doesn't matter what everyone else says, because there's always going to be a lot of noise. But the fact of the matter is, if you love the football club, and if he wants to stay, he'll stay. And if he does stay in the Premier League, he will beat the record.
Do you know what? When you asked him that question, I knew you'd say stay and break the record. It's about goals, records.
Break the record.
Yeah.
Break the record.
Boys, before I let you go, when you have days like this, do you both miss football? I know you're still involved in it now, but you've been playing. Do you both miss it?
You do. It's more like being around everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're
the banter and stuff.
Yeah, when you're a coach, you don't get involved in that. I used to get banter from you lot, then I had to stop because it was that bad. I had to stop. Yeah.
Coaching is obviously the nearest thing you get to playing, but you know what it's like on a match day. You can't replicate that feeling. No chance scoring a goal. Where are you ever going to get that buzz again?
Boy, it's a real pleasure. Go on, what are you going to say?
But I said, hopefully, in these kind of games and that, you get that buzz again.
Benny, you might get called up next year if you do well in training.
If
you do well in training,
that's better.
He's to lose a bit, doesn't he?
Oh, that's too far. That's too far.
What is it, metatarsal?
Took it out, yeah.
No. What? Joint, ingrown toenail. That's what it was. Honestly.
Man's got that David Hay toe. Come on,
little hurting toe. Superstars both of you. Thank you so much for your time.
JD, nice one, bro.
Cheers, guys.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.